wine got a lot going on, and it smells a lot more fruitier and sweeter, but when you taste it, it's actually dry wine with great vivid brightness to it, and it lingers, and everything you smell confirms on the palate, so you really want to take another sip.
Sketch is, the philosophy really kind of goes back to making really great wines, the wines that I would be very proud and put not only my name and Julia's name and the other partners that are involved names behind it, but also a wine that represents kind of the future of great Texas wines. You know, we're on a path, and that path can go in many different directions, and I think that the path that we are on, and those a lot of us in this industry are on, is to produce compelling, story-worthy, varietal focused, terroir-focused wines. We are at the very beginning of this. Sketch is, you know, its inaugural vintage, being 2016, is something that kind of shows where the evolution of the Texas wine industry is. We are still very young, we're still full of drive and passion, and I think these very collaborative projects like Sketch, where we're not only collaborating with a really great local artist, local growers, local producers, along with myself and the other partners in Vinovium, we're able to, you know, again, we're telling the same story in so many different ways. Eventually, someone is going to hear that story and be drawn to it and then take action. And that action is whether you become a consumer, you become an advocate, you become a journalist, you become a producer, a grower, whatever that is. The more people that we have telling the same stories in different ways allows us to move our industry forward. And we have a really beautiful industry to cultivate here. So when we started Sketch, we had a big goal. That goal was not to set the world on fire, but it was to create a really special wine that was sought after year after year, and created a situation where it was the wine that you had to have that year. Every release, that's the wine you have to go and get. And you know, how do you do that? How do you create a wine that has that kind of following? We are a very small producer in the grand scheme of things with very big goals, and Sketch is definitely part of that that planning and that goal setting. And when Julia introduced Mila to the program, it was an opportunity just to elevate it even more. And the idea to use art to bring to life the wine in the bottle was a really interesting idea. And then when you see the type of art that Mila creates, it makes sense. For me, it's really like our Grand Vin. It's the best wine. It's the wine that gets the most attention. It's the wine that gets the best fruit, the best barrels. We put special emphasis on that. It's the brand that is kind of like the darling of the winery, but at the same time, we're building Sketch for Sketch to stand on its own. The philosophy here is really to produce Sketch vintages and releases with many different winemakers over the years, because they're each going to bring to it their own personality, their own style, combined with ours, and we're able to produce really a fantastic wine.